As a newly married couple, Jonathan and Crystal Whitaker had a small but manageable amount of debt. But their finances quickly got out of hand when Crystal suddenly lost her job. She was also pregnant with their first baby, Logan.
And I didn't have any insurance or anything, and things got really tight because I had just bought a brand new vehicle, and not being able to find another job right away, it was really, really stressful.
The Whitakers did everything they could to stay afloat. Jonathan began working several jobs. They even traded in their new car for a used model.
My full-time job is a firefighter, EMT for the city of Somerset, usually working 2 jobs, close to 5, 6, 7 days a week.
In 2003, just 3 years into their marriage, their second child, Tanner, was born. The Whitaker family was still overwhelmed with debt and months behind on every bill. Crystal wanted to file bankruptcy, but her husband was reluctant.
Well, I said, that stays on your credit too long. It hurts you more than it helps you. And I said, no, we're not going to do it.
And at the time, I didn't care. I couldn't handle it anymore. He looked on the internet to try to get us prices, and we couldn't even afford the cost to file the paperwork and all this for bankruptcy anyway.
During that time, Crystal stumbled on the 700 Club and became a daily viewer. She learned about God's principles of giving, and Jonathan was soon on board.
I had never even seen the 700 Club before, and I was flipping through the channels. They started telling all these stories and how people had changed their lives, and they started giving to the 700 Club and tithing, and they became debt-free and all this, and I thought, wow, man, I need that to happen. I really need a miracle now, Lord, and I knew I hadn't been doing what was right.
I've always been aware of tithing, and the money just got so tight that kind of slid by the way.
The Whitakers still needed thousands of dollars to bring their bills up to date. However, they decided to take $5 to give to CBN.
I remember right before tax returns time came, I sat down and I started praying over the bills, and I knew how much money we needed. I think just to get caught up, we needed like $6,000. And I had talked to Jonathan about it, and he said, there's no way we're going to get that much money back on tax returns. It's impossible.
The Whitakers took another step of faith. They pledged 10% of their tax return to CBN. Several days later, as they sat down with their tax preparer, they received some stunning news.
When she told us how much we were going to get back, it was like $6,600 and some odd change. And I mean, we just both was in tears. He didn't just give us the $6,000 we needed to pay the bills. He gave us the $600 to pay the 10% tithe. And I was just blown away because I had never seen that. I never expected that much.
It was just a blessing of the Lord. We'd prayed about it, and I was expecting probably half of what we got for tax returns, and it was a great blessing.
Over the next several years, the Whitakers' faith and their giving increased. They moved up to become CBN 1000 Club members. Today, their bills are paid, and they're moving toward a debt-free life.
It just seems every time we do something good for somebody else, we get good in return.
As long as you are faithful in paying your tithes, and God is faithful to take care of you, and it always comes around. I always get a blessing for it. I would just say, try it, see what happens.